Good morning, students, and welcome back to Evaluating an Argument. Sorry, I just had to take a sip of my coffee this morning. I hope that this lesson finds you well and that everyone is safe and happy and, eating their vegetables. So today's lesson is going to be focusing on the next step and strengthening our ability to evaluate an argument. So if you remember, from our last lesson, we discussed what evaluating means. So remember, evaluating means that we are making a judgment about the argument. We're saying, does it have enough evidence or does it not have enough evidence? Another word for that is sufficient evidence or insufficient. So sufficient means enough, insufficient means not enough. And if you've been practicing your vocabulary, you should know that. So today's lesson, we're going to be reading a slightly longer passage, and I'm going to be walking you through the process because in our last lesson, it seemed like some people maybe had a little bit of confusion related to when do we know if there is enough evidence or not. So I'm going to walk you through this one. So this one is a little bit more difficult because the claim is not directly stated. So again, if you have any questions about vocabulary, it is right over here, okay? So we're just going to go ahead and jump right in. Use the close reading, the hints I provide over on this side, and in the text boxes to help you out, guys. They are there to guide you. All right, so the title of this article is Clean Cars for California. So immediately, right off the bat, I'm thinking, okay, this is definitely going to be about the environment. It's going to be about pollution. So already I'm thinking, right? So here we go. On January 28, 2012, the California Air Resources Board unanimously voted to adopt the Advanced Clean Cars program, which represents the most comprehensive effort in the world to set society on the path to end our dependence on oil. It's a tremendous victory for California residents and consumers with the national and global benefits and implications. By 2025 in California, 1 in 7 new cars sold will be zero emission, battery electric, or hydrogen fuel cell electric, or plug-in hybrid vehicles. And approximately 1.4 million of these vehicles will be on the road. Greenhouse gases will be reduced by 52 million tons, the equivalent of taking 10 million cars off the road. Tailpipe emissions of soot and smog-forming emissions will be cut by 75%. All right, now I want to pause right here because my close reading is telling me that I need to figure out the author's claim. So I'm going to bold the sentences that reveal what the author believes to be true. Well, it definitely is talking about the Advanced Clean Cars program up here, and it says it's an effort in the world society set on the path to end our dependence on oil. So I'm going to bold that. So it seems to me, and hopefully it seems to you, that the author believes that this Advanced Clean Cars program is going to be a good thing for our environment because it talks about national and global benefits. So remember, benefits are good things. So it definitely seems like they think that this is going to be a good step forward for our environment, right? So I'm going to keep reading because now I've kind of got a claim in mind. So as I go down, so I was on 4, so I'm going to start on 5. California drivers will save $5 billion in operating costs, with average consumers seeing nearly $6,000 in fuel cost savings over the life of their advanced car, compared to added upfront costs of approximately $2,000. So they're saving like $4,000 overall. And 21,000 jobs will be added in California, rising to 37,000 in 2030. So we're making jobs. That's always good, right? The program rightly focuses industry efforts on both incremental and transformative change. On the incremental side, the Low Emission Vehicle (LEV) regulations set targets for automakers to improve the efficiency, so how well it does, and emissions systems associated with internal combustion engines, which are likely to be at least part of our transportation portfolio well into the future. So our second thing over here says, how does the data in the bullets help to support the author's claims? Underline the supporting evidence. Well, we know our inferred claim is that the author believes that this advanced car program is going to be a benefit to our environment and the nation and globally. So I'm going to go through and look to see, because all of these are statistics, right? All these are numbers. So remember, statistics and scientific data is great evidence. So this is placing a pretty strong argument here. So I'm going to look for things that show that the environment and the nation are going to be affected in a positive way. So here it's saying that greenhouse gases are going to be reduced by 52 million tons. So I'm going to underline that because that is definitely good, because remember, greenhouse gases eat away at our ozone layer and it causes problems in our environment. Tailpipe emissions of soot and smog forming emissions. So that's that nasty, gross, like smoky fog that like makes you cough, is going to be reduced by 75%. That's awesome. And so that's going to help our environment. Now, what about the nation and globally? Well, it's saying down here that 21,000 jobs are going to be added. That's good. People need jobs, right? They need jobs so they can pay for things. So this is so I've got 3 pieces of evidence that support what he is saying. So that seems like it's got some pretty good evidence there. So down here you're going to be answering 3, I believe, 3 questions. So the first question is, which statement best expresses the author's claim? So we're looking for something that says something along the lines of what we put up here in bold. And then it says, as a hint, identify the answer choice that best summarizes the lines that we bolded. So ignore the circle; it should be bolded. So read through these answer choices and see which one best matches what we bolded up there. I'm not going to tell you the answer because I want you to answer the question. Question number 2 says, what evidence does the author provide to support his claim? Well, we underlined a bunch of stuff. So I would be looking back at these 3 things that I underlined to help me answer question number 2. Because that is going to tell me how to answer this question, okay? And then for the last question, now this is where we actually evaluate. We make that judgment, right? Is the evidence relevant? Meaning all of it, is it all related to the claim? And do we think that there is enough evidence? So is that good evidence? It's not just opinions, but do we have facts? Do we have statistics, right? So question number 3 says, evaluate and decide how successful the author's argument about the Advanced Clean Cars program is. Is it convincing enough? Write a paragraph, so that's 5 to 7 sentences, evaluating the soundness of the author's claim. So that means, do they give you enough evidence to support it, and is it good evidence? And then cite at least 2 details from the passage to support your response. Okay, so 3 questions today. They are difficult, so that's why I'm only giving you this, but I have definitely kind of helped you out by kind of bolding the sentences and walking you through the article. So I also defined some of the difficult words off to the side. And guys, remember, once you're done, if you are doing this on a Google Doc, then you need to click that share button. And remember, this little dialog box is going to come up, and you're going to need to do get shareable link, okay? And that is how you're going to submit this if you're doing a Google Doc. If you're doing it on a PowerPoint, then you need to make sure that you save the PowerPoint or you save the Word document, and then you upload that document onto Canvas, okay? And if you have any questions, please email me, message me on my on my phone number or on Class Dojo or Remind. Please reach out to me. That is what I am here for, guys, okay? So I hope that this lesson finds you well and safe and warm inside. It's a little chilly outside this morning. I miss you guys a lot, so I hope that I can see your faces sometime soon. All right. Bye.